Greetings, fellow humans, and welcome to another Tea with JD. It's been a while, and yeah, I haven't been that active on this channel for a while. Life happens. I'm busy. It's crazy. And I'm unrolling my sleeves up so I can relax with y'all for a while. In case you're wondering, this is Ceylon black tea with mango flavoring from your local farmer's market. It's pretty tasty. It's pretty nice. It's still warm, but it has cooled down so I can actually drink it and not burn the hell out of my tongue. Okay. So, is this the announcement of a comeback? Yeah, I don't think I've been away long enough to do that, and it's not like a lot of people start videos like that. Like, I'm sorry that I've been away. I know you have stuff to do. I know there's a life out there, but honestly, just keeping up with everything got to me for a while. So I'm not apologizing. I'm just informing. But what am I working on? A couple of things actually. Uh, if you're curious to see what indie recommendations I can do, I'm actually the wonderful Joe Compton from Go Indie Now invited me for his flagship show. And I've been reviewing for the last couple of months indie acts. I've done a couple of interesting things, and just trying to explore not your typical indie band like, oh, that's an indie band. I did review an indie band actually from here in Atlanta. Great people I've worked with and things not related to their music. It's called the band is called RX and Craig, but I've also reviewed instrumental acts like Super Guitar Bros who play video game music on their classical guitars, and Lowercase Noises, which is Andy Offling. I think he's from a guitarist from New Mexico. He does some great soundscapes that is great for relaxing and meditating and stuff. So I'll put a link to the latest Going to Now episode. It's long, but there's a lot of really interesting stuff there, and I'm not saying that because I'm part of the flagship or because Joe's my friend. I'm saying it because uh, I honestly normally have a hard time watching the full flagship show because they're so long, and I'm short on time, and I see like a minute here and a minute here and a minute there. This one is like 2 hours long, and I went through like an hour and 40 minutes before I went like, oh, I have to do other stuff. So I think that's a testament to a really good show, Joe. That kind of rhymes. Cool. I did post a video recently about how I accidentally published a book. I have another forthcoming book. I hope I don't publish that accidentally. I don't think that's going to be the case. I do have to, bite the bullet and push through. Life has offered me plenty of challenges lately, but, it's up to us how we handle stuff, and I'm doing the best I can. Rather than being vague and vague booking or vague booktubing. A summary of the situations, or the main situation. Fortunately, my mom was diagnosed with cancer again. I'm not going to dwell on that. This is not a that, or this is not a pity party. This is more than anything because a lot of people have asked me, and it's easier to point them to a video than it is to explain case by case. Obviously, the details are ours. She did undergo surgery. She came out well. Obviously, she's in pain because it was surgery. It wasn't like a Band-Aid. She will be beginning treatment. So what I'm asking people to do is there's a hashtag going around started by my wonderful friend Larissa Warby from Canada. It's hashtag Cheers Mama Estrada. So if you want to toast my mom, by all means, put a video, put a picture or something up, and just share the good vibes, because good vibes and a positive mentality are one of the most important things when you're facing any type of health situation. And mom knows that, and she's leading by example as she always does. That's mom for you. So yeah, remember, cheers Mama Estrada. If you're curious as to what you can do, you can check my Instagram um, uh, channel, feed, story, whatever. I do have an account on Instagram. I have one on Twitter if you don't follow me there. I do different stuff in different places, and I'm just mentioning this because you should look in the information bar below, but I know you won't because you have better things to do. And you're actually listening to me waffle, which is wonderful of you. So thank you. By the way, I am drinking tea because the wonderful Sage. I'm not sure what her channel name is now because she switches it often. Um, she's like, I do not approve of this message because you're not drinking tea or I'm not drinking the appropriate beverage. But I'm drinking tea today. And this is a full on rambly Tea with JD video. So, yeah, that's the situation with mom. I'm her son and look at how I'm doing. So, by all means, the last thing we want is like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, yeah, for some people that works. For us, it's all about keeping it positive, keeping it smiling. If you have a joke, share it. If you want to share recommendations of wine, she's all up for that. Her favorite is Pinot Grigio. So something white that is a little fresh on the palate, she'll like that. She won't say no to another other great wines, but that is her favorite. What else is up? Still doing the Estrada Crates. It's not like I've gotten a ton of orders. I got two. And that was cool. I'm not full on doing all of that effort because I'm also pushing to finish another book. And I don't know. I'm going to be doing a couple of videos, and a couple of tags that I owe people for months and months because I suck like that. But I love you. Finding the time to do videos and do everything that I want to do has obviously been a challenge. But there's another detail. Pretty much every time I'm uploading a video to YouTube, I lose subscribers. So, first off, thank you, YouTube. And second off, check your settings to make sure that you're following me. If you know someone who would like this channel, recommend it by all means. I don't say that, and that's one of the rules. You have to invite people to like and subscribe, and I don't do that. And I also don't talk about my books that much, which I get my balls busted quite often. But I don't monetize either, and I get my balls busted for that as well. Anyways, there are several topics that I'm going to do videos on. It's going to be a lot of rambling. It's going to be a lot of my life philosophy or why I do the things I do or how I do them. Going back to the things I'm working on, the Estrada Crates. I am working to put together like a blog tour and collaborate with other people to see if someone shows interest because I think that's a great option. I honestly would love if all my books were bought physically either through me or through Libro 787, which is a Puerto Rican website. Great people who are busting their asses to launch a business, and they're doing well. Why give more money to Amazon that they don't need? I'm appreciative that they make it so easy for me to publish, honestly. But they have enough money, honestly. So if you're going to buy, check the links down below. If you want to get an Estrada Crate, I'm going to probably work with someone to do a boxing and unboxing so that you know what goes in and what comes out of the whole Estrada Crate thing. I am finalizing Peace, Love, and Maki Rolls. The goal is to publish that on Mother's Day because every year since I started publishing, I've published something on Mother's Day, and I want to uphold that tradition because it's Mother's Day. Some people have asked me if I'm going to go to the Puerto Rico Comic Con. Unfortunately, I won't. Mom is a priority. And again, life is being life, and it's thrown a lot of challenges, and you have to respond to those challenges. Will I do other book events? Probably. I'm looking into a couple of things that I can do here in Atlanta. I might look a bit further up north. Who knows? Until I have something set in stone, I won't keep waffling about it because I'm always against talking about what you're supposed to do rather than doing it. That's why I don't go in depth and I don't offer line by line progress reports of what I'm doing because that's you talking about what you're supposed to be finalizing. So finalizing. What else is on the work plate? Talked about the tags that I'm going to be doing. When I'm gonna be, you might see me in a card, you might see me outside someplace after lunch. I will get creative. I will upload videos. I don't know why subscribers are being stripped away from my account, but it is what it is. If it continues happening, what am I gonna do? At least YouTube is free. The demonetization is, it's it is what it is. I don't think it was the best call because I think it instead of incentivizing people to create more content for them to put their crappy ads in, which they repeat and repeat and repeat. And by the way, if you have to, if you have that you don't have the skip and the ad option, and you have a 60-second ad that you have to supposedly see through, click refresh. You will get a shorter ad version. I don't like imposed advertising. I do get that it pays for all the services, but there's people who get 50 views of something and 50 people see the ads, and they're not going to get paid for that, and I think that's nah. So if there's another option to YouTube, by all means let me know. I don't think so. This is pretty user friendly. This is pretty, it has a lot of good things. And plus a lot of you here, I've met so many great friends here. And yeah, this is all over the place rambling. No structure. No structure required. But it is what it is. I just wanted to give like an update. It's been a while since I gave an update. I don't know if I'm gonna have a schedule, a video schedule. Something I've always debated. I'm a lot about doing things off the cuff. As you can see by my amazing editing skills. But yeah, just venturing into doing different things, trying different things. We'll be finalizing several indie books, and then I'm gonna be working on manuscripts that I'm gonna shop out, because the legwork of being indie when you have a full-time job is grueling. And I'm not saying that if I'm lucky enough to get any type of contract, I'm gonna quit my job, because that would be ignorant and stupid. I'm saying that if there's any way of getting assistance that rather than me having to pay for it, for them to take a cut from it, that's endlessly better. Honestly, I'm tired. I've been pushing a lot of things. By the way, this year I won't be doing nano anything except NaPoWriMo, and I'm doing that casually. I'm not busting my chops to do it every single day, because although I do enjoy the nano efforts, I want to take what I did last year, finalize it, review it, edit it, and publish it, rather than just keep producing stuff and then not know where even to begin. I'd also like to take this chance to thank all the beta readers that read my middle grade fantasy. Reception was pretty positive. Have some things that I'm pondering for the final edits. I'm working on the second nonfiction book that I've written first. Once I finalize that, I will continue with the middle grade fantasy and publish that. I'm really happy with how that turned out. It's a novella. It's less than 40,000 words, and I think it's the perfect length. Some people are saying that I should cut some things or reorder things. I gave it some thought, and in terms of structure, I like how it is. It reads a bit like a movie in the sense that it has a lot of build-up, and people say if you don't catch me in the first 5 pages, well, then don't read my book, honestly. I've never written for market. I don't think I'll ever write for market. The things that I publish indie, things that I don't publish indie, I know I have to take a different approach in certain things. But whatever I publish under my name and under my complete power, if it's a slow burn, it's a slow burn. If it's a quick read, it's a quick read. If it's poetry, which I don't think I will ever shop around, because poetry doesn't get the attention that it deserves, and for me, poetry, in this case and in my life, it's about how much variety I can do with poetry, how many things I can do with poetry, and show people that poetry is a cool thing. People say, oh, I don't like poetry, and I'm like, have you read this? And they go like, no. Have you read that? And they go like, no. And I'm like, well, why don't you give those two a shot and we'll have this chat again. The occasions where people have actually listened to me, it's been great. They've gone like, oh, I never thought I would have loved poetry. And I'm like, uh-huh. It's like saying you don't like a specific genre. I think it's irresponsible to say that you won't ever read a genre. And that it's not your favorite, that's fine, because writing styles do vary and we gravitate towards what we like. Fantasy is my jam, and it shall always be my jam. I like that type of fiction. It really resonates with me. But I also enjoy poetry. I like nonfiction. I like sci-fi. I like horror. Um, and different things. I will be doing videos about my approach as an author and what I want to be doing. If you have any recommendations, opinions, comments, or whatever, leave them below. In any of the videos, by the way, not just this one. No, and I say that like as if people don't leave comments. People are really kind leaving me comments, and we can enter in some wonderful conversations. This video in part I'm doing because I connected with a couple of booktubers recently. I'd been out of the loop. My watch later list is ridiculous and whatnot. I connected with new people, and I was reminded how lovely it is to connect to new people and get a fresh perspective and just interact with humans on this platform. How much I will be doing it, I don't know. My job is intense, and part of my absence is because it's taken a lot for me to adapt to the new changes on the day job. And also, if I used to have a ton of hoops I had to jump through just to get to my writing, now I have even more hoops. So I have to get more creative and be even more stubborn to do the goals that I've set out for myself this year. What else? I think that's about it. The new book is out. It's for writing out loud. It's based on the blog. I took my favorite blog entries that I thought could work in book form. I organized everything into sections. And all of my nonfiction work will be to try to create a positive impact. Does that mean that I will be writing stuff that borders on self-help? Who knows? Maybe it does border on that. I don't care. I think if something's well written and it can make the difference in one life, it's worth writing. Does that mean I might eventually write something about business or advertising? Who knows? Writing tips. That is on the agenda this year. It's not that I am the end-all author of anything, but I think I can at least offer an interesting perspective to bilingual people, people from Puerto Rico, people looking to try their hand at indie publishing. They can learn from my mistakes, which have been many, and they can learn from my bad habits, which are many as well. One of them includes not talking about my work, but I'm working on that. For writing out loud. That's the new book I released. Like I said, it's based on the blog. It's meant to have a positive impact. It feels good in my hand, honestly. I wasn't sure how it was gonna feel in terms of weight, in terms of size, in terms of font, in terms of everything. And when I got my other books, that was a really special experience. It's like, wow, I wrote this. And when I've written poetry, it's a misunderstood genre. People who love poetry adore it, and a lot of people don't even give it a chance. So to put something out that I put a lot of me and effort into it, to me is special for its own reason. My bilingual collection. I will continue writing bilingual collections and bilingual literature because I think it has a place. I won't say I'm own voices or anything because, again, that sounds like something you're doing for the market. I'm not doing anything for the market. I'm doing it for myself and for the people kind enough to read me. And yeah, that's about it. Peter Clark, the writer, had mentioned, when are we going to get a long JD Estrada video? And I think this is long enough. So if you use me as background to fold your clothes, wash your dishes, organize something at home, or just for me to keep you company during traffic, man, thanks. That's pretty cool. I've heard all those things mentioned as options. I find it curious, but it's cool to know that I can keep some people company. These are really weird times, and I have noticed that a lot of people have a facility to feel lonely, for whatever the reason. There are various reasons for that, and various types of loneliness. So to know that me waffling at my phone after hours can actually be something cool to share with someone, that's pretty cool. Anyways, I'll leave this here. If you have comments, use that sexy comment section down below. If you want to support my writer journey, buy my books through Libros 787 if you want them digitally. Check on Draft to Digital. I'll slowly but surely be uploading all of my work there. I already have one book, and I'm finalizing the second one. 9 to go, because I have published 11 books, and number 12 is coming as well. By the way, if you buy my books through Libros 787, I'll send you an ebook of your choice and an MP3 of me. There's 3 songs that I recorded in a studio. You can choose one of those 3, or I have various other demos that are a bit more raw. But anything to promote and support a local business from Puerto Rico. And yeah, that's about it. If you have any other questions, comments, sexy section below. Comments. Leave the comments. Until next time, peace, love, and rocky roads.